Azure training, diagrams, and are back. So based on this diagram, you need to answer the question. Based on the diagram, you need to answer for a specific question. Now, as per this diagram, I want to give permission to John, RBAC permission to John, so that John can manage network in all the customers or on all the customers. So which permission you will give to John? Okay, I'll do a picture screenshot. So if let's not give the answer to you guys, I'll give only this picture. So tell me, which permission you will give to John so that John can manage network across all the customers? Tell me. No answer?
Network contributor.
Okay. Where you will give network contributor permission?
Subscription.
The root subscription.
Okay.
Root subscription.
I want to give a permission to Mr. John so that John can manage all the services in Azure. Plus, I want John cannot assign permission to somebody else. And I want that to be only for a customer one. So which permission?
Super user.
In Azure, nothing called super user. So I repeat my question. I want John can manage everything in Azure for a customer one. And I want John cannot assign permission to somebody else. But he can manage everything.
Contributor.
Where you will give contributor? Yes, where you will give the contributor?
In access control in IAM.
No, that is okay. I'm not asking the steps. I'm asking the location or target. Which target you will give the permission in this case? I repeat my question. John can do everything in a customer one. And I want John cannot, I'm saying John can do everything for a customer one, all the services he manage, only in customer one. Plus I want John should not assign permission to somebody else tomorrow or in future. So definitely contributor is a good permission. But where you give the target? Root level, resource group level, where? Picture is there, tell me.
It should be resource group level.
Which resource group? 1, 2, 3, 4, which one?
1.
Okay. So can everyone give the introduction, quickly? Like example, Franklin, I have not attended, but I know Azure and let's ready for the preparation. Some basic short introduction, quickly. Everyone.
Hi, my name is Akash. I have close to 6 years of experience in networking and optical domain. So I have studied AZ 900. I also have certification, but I do not have in-depth knowledge of that. That's it.
But 104 you have not studied, then how can you answer this? Means
I'm not answering this question. I don't know.
Okay. Means you understand, right? Logic is like either you know and you need to see how much I know. That could be the one objective, right? Logically.
Correct.
So that's what I want to know, what exactly the situation. Okay. Because, okay, let me ask with one backend, one person, 1 second, But overall, looks good, right? Questions, it's good?
Yes.
Yes, everyone? Good? So far? Hello, hello. So far, good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, next question. So in this case, just 1 second. So next question. So answer for that particular, we need to give a contributor access. And the question was, it's for resource group. It's specific customer one, right? So we need to give a permission to resource group 1 and 2. Okay. Can anyone explain what do you mean by Azure policy? What are the benefits of Azure policy? Yes.
A policy allows you to restrict and allow the traffic in your environment.
Like a network traffic or something else?
Uh, yes, what I mean was the normal traffic. Yeah.
But Azure policy is not a firewall, so he never
Okay. Okay.
block anything or protect anything. So tell me.
Manage to the users and VM machines.
No.
Enforce security is like this encryption, secures protocols.
Azure policy? No. 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 So Franklin, are you there? You joined my last week class, right? Entire class. Are you there?
Primarily, it will manage
No, one question
Right.
before you start the answer. You are the person who joined the class, right? And one more. Is anyone joined from the batch? No. Franklin joined. DJ joined? No, DJ not joined.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, no one joined. So Franklin, don't worry. I'm not chasing you. Don't worry. But you attended
Okay.
my class. At least I expect you to answer. At least, these are new people. So,
Okay.
but at least you attended. So try to answer as much as possible. Even few things are incorrect, that is also fine. Okay, once
Okay.
again. And other people can also answer, no problem. So as of now, no one gave a correct answer. So once again, what is Azure policy? What is the benefit? Yes, Franklin or anyone?
It is like a governance policy
Okay.
specific to your region.
Okay. But what is the benefit?
So benefits are like your data will remain within the region. You can
No.
okay.
No. Anyone? Franklin, Yes or no? Okay. Azure policy is used for two purposes. One is for the deployment procedure. One is for some restriction. Example, when I am having a contributor rights, contributor means I can manage anything. Can I deploy $10 VM? And I can deploy $80,000 VM. Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you want when you give a rights to your admin tomorrow and he deploy $80,000 VM? No.
Yes.
So as an owner, I put a restriction policy. You can deploy a VM up to this limit cost size. Other size you cannot deploy. So that's you can restrict through Azure policy. Now I want deployment procedure. Example, I want a tagging. Tags, any deployment is succeeded in my subscription only when tag is deployed. I'm a lazy person. I never put a tag. I never follow the process. So I put a Azure policy, tagging mandatory. So it means whether it's a admin is happy or not happy, without tag he cannot deploy. It's a procedure, like a process. That tag is mandatory. So Azure policy is used for tagging as well as deployment procedure. Sorry, tagging or restriction. So what is the use of management groups? Yes, what is the use of management groups?
Manage to the users under the under the manage under the manage group.
No. Yes, what is management group? Anyone?
It's primarily managing the resource group.
That is resource group managed by the subscription. So it means, Franklin, you are not remember, right?
I remember slightly, but I haven't get a time to go through that.
So where is management group, right? So you see management group. I will ask 300 question today. So management group, you see, if you have a multiple subscription, every time permission is go to the Bob. We don't want permission to go to the Bob. Bob is a CTO. So CTO done management groups, one for US, one for Europe, and they put all the subscription for Europe into this management group. And this management group, they've given permission to Mr. Ian. So any RBAC role, we no need to go to the Bob. We can directly drive by the Ian. So delegation of a permission to somebody else at a root level is called management groups. Next, identity topic. Identity means authentication. So what do you mean by hybrid identity? Yes. What do you mean by hybrid identity?
Virtual and
It's
cloud.
on-prem. It's
On
on-prem and
on-premise and uh,
See, I am an interviewer for Accenture. I worked IBM Europe 3 years. I worked Accenture 9 years. I worked Microsoft 1 or 2 years. 2 years, 1.5 year specifically. I worked HCL 3 years. So how many years total? So and assume you are here for the interview weekdays for Fab Batch. An interviewer asking you a question, what is a hybrid identity? Then you'll say single word. It's good or not good?
not good.
So HCL 3 years, IBM Europe 2 years, Accenture 9 years, Microsoft 1.5 years. Say 1 year only, half years you remove. 9 plus 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 2-3 years small company, and then my contracting 5 years. Total I have 21 years. And in Accenture, I was a end panel interviewer for Active Directory skill. Means any interview new person join in AD, I was the authorized interviewer for that. So, and let me give you my short introduction here. It's official. So I have two profiles in my internet world. Consulting profile. Franklin knows me because he attended my class. And one is a training profile. There is no company left where I have not delivered the training in India and outside India. TCS, Wipro, IBM, both. So both profile is active in my Naukri.com. And this is my short bio. So you see, Active Directory, Exchange, Azure Infrastructure, Azure Security, SCCM knowledge, Hyper-V, and Cloud Security, Intune expert. Can you see? And certified trader from last 18 years. Yes, good. Yes, the guys who don't know, that's my short introduction. Please tell me, good?
Yes, okay.
Okay, okay, not good, so it's fine. Okay, next question. So hybrid. See, my one friend said just okay, not good. No problem.
Kumar, it's very good.
So I will improve myself tomorrow, don't worry. And every day I improve myself. So NW diagrams. So my question was hybrid. So the hybrid identity. Hybrid identity. So the hybrid identity means when you are integrating on-premises AD with cloud AD so that it can enable single sign-on for the cloud application with the help of Entra ID Connect. This is called the hybrid identity. So for that, you need to use Entra ID Connect. It's a sync service, sync on-premises user devices to the cloud and become a real hybrid single sign-on solution. Okay, next question. What is the difference between Entra ID free P1 and P2? Entra ID, because I'm moving towards the identity interview scope of area. So what is the difference between identity Entra ID free versus P1 versus P2? Anyone? Anyone?
P1 with the basic security and P2 will have more security compared to P1.
So if you give this answer, the opposite interviewer person will be not happy because it's illogical, right? Free, limited features, P1, more features, P2 is more features. So if you say in a simple word, that's not correct. Can we have a very specific difference? Okay, so during my class, I always give this diagram folder. I always give NW folder access, including all the lab access, you see, all the lab documents I created, labs for day-wise lab for 104, create a VM jump box. So the question is P1 and P2. So let's go to the diagram and see the difference. Enter ID P1, P2. So that's the answer for that. Free is free. You do the job. Authentication, authorization, access, and P1 have SLA, MFA, conditional access, reports, company branding, self-service password reset. $6 is the cost. P2 have two extra features, P1 features and two extra features, PIM and identity protection. Cost is $9. So next advanced question. What is the use of conditional access? Tell me.
Or we can restrict the access based on the geographical location or based over the IP address.
Yes. So by default, user can access from any country, anywhere. We restrict that you can access only from corporate network. So you restrict something, so the entire public network is blocked, and you allow only from specific corporate office. Restriction, conditional access, based on the devices, countries, IP range, lots of conditions you can define. Good. Now next is a generic question, so AD and AD on-prem AD and the Entra ID. What is the basic difference between both of them?
AD, you can say it is on-premise, and Entra ID, we can say it is in cloud for the
Okay.
cloud applications.
Okay. So, okay, good. I'll add on few points here. So here we have a Kerberos, here we have SAML OAuth modern authentication protocols. It authenticate on-prem stuff, it authenticate cloud stuff, cloud applications, and it has user groups, computers, OUs, group policy, lots of stuff as AD. And here you have users, groups, computers, that's all. No OU, no group policy. So when you do Entra ID Connect, hybrid Entra ID Connect, synchronization, all those. In that, we have three solutions, very critical solutions. Can you name them, the three solutions? The sync is the main job, but you need to pick up some solutions. Do you remember the name of the solutions? Anyone? How many questions I'm going to ask you today? Any guess? Minimum?
300.
Minimum. 200. Minimum. Okay. Yes. What are the solutions in Entra ID Connect? There are three solutions: password hash sync, pass-through authentication, and ADFS single sign-on solutions in Entra ID Connect. Okay. What do you mean by custom domain in Entra ID? And what is the purpose of that custom domain? Yes. What is the custom domain in Entra ID and what is the purpose of that? Guys, that's not good, in my opinion, So, okay, have you really studied 104? Shubham, Usha, Debasis, Akash, Ajay. Ajay already answered, so Akash, have you studied or how is it?
No, sir, I have not studied entirely.
No, Akash, I know you answered clearly. You are a good guy that I don't know. So, what about others? Yes, what about others? Usha, Shubham. Okay, so then totally new. See, I just want to understand, right? Like if I'm asking a question, I need to answer because this is an interview prep question, right? You know the stuff, and then we I come here for to judge your knowledge, how much you know as a reality, right? That's the logic, right? Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
So, but if I'm only asking a question, I'm only answering, and you're not aware the stuff. Yes, Franklin, any guess? What do you mean by
Uh,
custom domain in
uh,
Entra ID?
yeah, custom domain, we can register our company domain or whatever the enterprise domain
Hmm.
instead of the default
So,
one.
correct. So,
Uh,
hmm,
and the next one we can manage the DNS record
hmm.
and
And what are the two DNS record we need to do to add a custom domain? Two means either of the two. One we need to do. What are those two? Any name? Like,
uh,
see, first of all, Franklin, this session is for you only. I'll tell you, whoever attended the class. So you need to answer. So if you don't know, you say no, no problem. But mainly is for you. Logically, it's a preparation. So that is TXT and MX for the verification.
yeah, MX and IIT, yeah.
Okay. So what is Entra ID join? Entra ID join. What do you mean by Entra ID join? This is a hybrid. So what is Entra ID join? Anyone?
We
The
can
devices
connect our
join.
on-premises server to Azure Intra ID.
No. On-premises server cannot join with Entra ID first of all.
On-premises Active Directory services.
No.
The
No.
users or devices
So
join directly.
when you are in a hybrid, that concept is what you are saying right now. I'm asking what do you mean by Entra ID join? Yes, I think Franklin, you are saying something.
Yeah, users or device directly enrolled in the Entra ID
Yes, that's a
using the
Entra
Entra
ID directly
management.
enrolled.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like VPN.
No, not VPN. So it's in the cloud. So cloud have Entra ID, and I have a corporate device. I directly join Entra ID. That's it. I'm not talking to the AD as a hybrid, those things directly. Situation is like we don't have AD, everything is in cloud, right? If everything is in cloud, can I join directly to the Entra ID? Yes. Okay, next question. What do you mean by SSPR?
It's a self-service password reset. User can reset the password without contacting the admin.
Yes. And it's a part of P1 feature or P2 feature?
It's a part of P2 feature. Yeah,
P1.
P1. P1,
P1.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay. So in P2, there is a concept called, there are two policies in identity protection in a P2, and I explained that. Remember, two level of policies. Can anyone name them in identity protection?
One is user risk
Yes,
policy.
user risk policy. One is user risk. One is sign-in risk.
Yes, sign-in risk. Okay.
Okay, next question. Conditional access and RBAC, both are same or both are different logically also?
Both are different.
So what is the difference in a simple line?
So yeah, conditional access, we define the access from IP or geographical location, and RBAC we will assign or giving the permission to the users roles.
Okay, like a contributor on or something, right?
Yeah.
So if I have a rights, then I can, then enter ID will check whether my condition match as per the network location or not. So it means if I have a permission, then they check the conditional access location and then it allow me. Yes or no?
Yes.
So one is for the restriction, one is for allow. Both work together. So, so if I have a permission, when I try to log in, they check the condition, the UK network, the network, company network. If condition match, it allow me. Okay, good. What do you mean by Azure VNet?
It's a virtual network.
So what is the use of that virtual network?
We can have our private network.
So what he do actually means, like, virtual network is a load balancer or what? Means what is the purpose? Tell me, anyone, what is the purpose of VNet, virtual network?
To have a communication between two different networks.
Yes, and he assigned the private IP address also, right?
Yes.
What do you mean by Azure Bastion?
We can log into so instead of exposing our entire VMs or whatever the resources, instead of that, we can connect the Bastion device with the public IP. Then from that public IP, we can manage our internal resources or internal VMs.
So it means it's a secure
Yeah, it's
option
a
to connect to
secure.
the VM without exposing a public IP of a VM.
Yeah.
It's like a jump server, sir. Is it correct?
Jump is a different, Bastion is a different.
Okay.
So Bastion is like a service in Azure which we deploy, and the machines we have private IP. We don't have a public IP. So through the Bastion host as a service, we can connect the Azure VM securely with the private IP.
Okay.
Similar to that, another solution we have to connect the Azure VM securely called the Jump server. What do you mean by Jump server?
We can bypass the that traffic from directly
Using
to
that
another,
virtual,
hiding the main source.
you can
No.
access other devices in the network. Using that resource, you can access all other devices in the network.
Correct. So what I said a few minutes back, the prod VMs we should not expose to the public IP, right? So all my prod VMs are in different subnets. And my jump machine is in with having a public IP. That is not my prod VM. It's in a different subnet. I hope you understand. Say example, subnet 1 is my jump, subnet 2, 3, 4, 5, all my prod subnets. All machines have only private IP. So we cannot connect private IP over internet. So we land into the jump subnet. From jump, we connect to the prod subnet.
Yes.
So jump is like an entry point of the network. And from there, we can connect to the other machines. So I have a VNet in the East US region, East US. Can I deploy a VM and select a West US and select this VNet? It's possible?
No, no,
Why?
it's not recommended.
No,
It's
recommendation is the best practice is the different, but can I do that?
No, VM should be in
no.
same region.
Yes, please answer. First question, it's possible or not possible?
Not possible.
Who said not possible? Franklin.
No,
No,
it's
who said
still
not possible earlier?
it's still doable, but the recommendation to keep both are on same
Okay,
way. Yeah,
okay, but for 2 minutes before, one person said not possible. What's your name? It's Ajay or somebody else?
Hey Kumar, I said Ajay.
Ajay, okay. So technically not possible. So both has to be in the same region. Okay, so I want to block internet on Azure VM uh, or 5 VMs in subnet 1. How to do that? Tell me.
You can
Block
create room.
internet on 5 VMs in one subnet. So how to do that?
We can create a security group.
Okay. And where we can attach security group? Like what are the objects where we can attach? The right answer is network security group, NSC. So where we can attach NSC?
The subnet which we want to block. For example, you said subnet 1, then we can attach it with the subnet 1.
No. My question is from on which maximum sub objects we can attach NSC, like a VM or load balancer. On which object NSC can be attached? Okay, NSC can be attached at a subnet level and the NIC level. Okay, your first answer was correct, that NSC can be used to block internet on all the VMs in subnet 1. So we need to create NSC at a subnet 1, and then we need to create a firewall rule to block internet. I want to block a specific website, www.facebook.com. How to do that?
Again, using security group.
No. The advanced rules, like a website block rule, is possible through deploying a Azure firewall. NSG cannot be NSG cannot be used to block specific website.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. What is the use of VPN gateways. Yes. What do you mean by VPN gateways?
VPN is used to connect to network using internet or any other path.
What
like
is the
an-
difference between VPN gateways versus express routes? What is the functionality of hub and spoke? What is the functionality of pairing with a gateway transit? Okay, what is the difference between user-defined routes and system routes? What is the difference between, or what is the best way to access a Azure service through private communication channel, not through the internet channel? What is the best way to communicate a specific service securely through the Azure private channel? For that, which option you need to enable? Next one. What is the purpose of service endpoint versus private endpoints? Next one. Why private endpoint is more secure than service endpoints? Okay. Next one.
Private endpoints, there's no public IP.
Mapping of public IP is not
Yeah.
there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the main difference between site-to-site VPN and express route? What are the 4 different types of load balancer available in Azure? I have 5 VMs in one specific region, and I want a load balancer for those 5 VMs. All of them are in one region, and I need a internet-facing load balancer which connects over internet, and that to be more securely the best way. Which load balancer option you are going to choose out of 4 options? Although you have not answered what are the 4 options. So I'll ask my question again. I have a 4 VMs in one specific subnet. I want a load balancer to be enabled on the 4 VMs, and I should connect over internet and securely as well. So which load balancer option you are going to choose? Okay. What do you mean by custom WAF rules? Okay. What do you mean by availability set versus availability zone? Okay. Azure storage architecture, they have 4 components in the Azure storage. What are those 4 components? In Azure storage, in a replication, what are the 4 critical replication options? And which option is the best option for us in a production environment?
I remember two. It is local to that storage, and one is the zone storage.
Okay, so you given some answers, so I'll add on the correction. LRS, GRS, G for zone, Z for zebra, zone, and G for Goa, geo, and one is RAGRS.
RAGRS,
LRS, local redundant storage, zone redundant storage, geo redundant storage, read access geo redundant storage, and the best is geo redundant storage, which makes 6 copies, 3 plus 3. Okay. Next question. What are the 3 best practices for the Azure storage, which we need to follow minimum at any cost? What are those best practices? Okay. What is the difference between Azure storage RBAC versus access keys versus SAS keys? Okay. What are the 2 methods to used to connect Azure file share? Okay. What is the purpose of Azure Storage Explorer? Okay. What is the purpose of Azure File Sync?
So Azure FireSync, which will provide the Explorer access to access the files, and
Azure File Sync? No.
that is the I think
That
that's
is
the
a Azure
previous
Storage
previous
Explorer. To
yeah
access the
yeah
Azure file
yeah.
with a GUI tool, Azure File Explorer. I'm talking about Azure File Sync service. File Sync.
It will keep the copies of all your files in sync so that you will have the same copies whenever you access it from anywhere.
So Azure File Sync is a disaster recovery of your share folders. If you have on-premises 100 share folders, the DR copy you can establish in the cloud, and even you can take a backup of this share folders in the cloud. And tomorrow, if you don't, and tomorrow, if you don't want to use file share in the on-prem, you can migrate to the cloud also. So DFS file sync, or sorry, Azure File Sync is used to sync all my on-premises share folder file share to the cloud, and it integrate with the storage in the file share. That's it. So in simple line, keep on-premises file servers in sync with Azure files or in the storage. What is ASG? Sorry. I have a cold from yesterday onwards, very bad. So what is the use of, what is the purpose of your network watcher? What do you mean by soft delete in storage? Sorry.
If you delete any files, it will keep the some period of the defined
What is
retention
that period?
period. Uh, by default, it's 14 days.
Yes. So what is the main difference between Azure VM Basic versus Standard? The single difference. Okay. In a virtual machine, costing, what are the 4 important factors which make an impact on the cost on the VM?
Compute and storage network.
Means VM size, like B2MS, D2MS, which size you are doing, that's okay. What else? One is a size. which other factor which increase the cost? You said network. Means when I use more network, definitely some cost. Okay, good. What else?
Storage.
Which size of the disk? Yes. And disk type, which type? Standard SSD, premium SSD, yes. And which region I am deploying, that also cost. East US, there is a $10. Same in India, I deploy maybe $11, maybe more, maybe $9, one less. Some difference should be there between East US and India. Based on the region also, it cost matters. And how long you are running the VM, that also matters. So some factors which decide the actual cost. So what is the size of the C drive in the Azure VM? Yes, what is the size of the C drive in Azure VM? Okay. What is the use of VM skill set?
It's a 100. It's a 127 GB.
Yes, C drive. Yes.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of the D drive?
Um,
Frankly, one revision you
it's
need to
for
do, whatever we
yeah.
have done, full
It's a
revision.
it's
And
it's
I'll
a
give you.
it's a
Okay,
it's a
one
kind of
question to you,
template.
Franklin, first before this.
Mhm.
I asked suppose 100 question today. Okay, example. So you answer suppose 20 question. Example. 80 question you have not answered. Suppose. But 80 questions is there in the content. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So and I am asking all this question, okay, from the content only. I'm not asking anything out of the box, you see. And I'll tell you where I am right now. I'm asking a storage question, right? This question. So I'm here somewhere today right now. I asked this WAF. So I'm somewhere right now, network watcher, soft delete, I'm here. Drive size. Okay. What's the question? The size. Okay, what is the minimum size, disk size we can attach in the VM? Minimum size. And what is the maximum size we can attach? Okay. What is the difference between server migration and disk migration? What do you mean by a
The,
VM
there's
extension? Tell
the
me.
server migration. It will migrate the whole
Hmm,
server.
hmm.
The disk migration, we will take that VMX file disk or the file
Only
from the disk.
specific disk, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a VMware disk. So which tool we use to convert VMware disk to the VHD? Because I should understand only VHD. What is the tool name? Okay. What is the purpose of VM extension? What is the purpose of VM scale set? What is the meaning of deployment slot? How does slot swap works in web app?
The deployment slot will work. Yeah, the developers, they will have access to that deployment slot, and whatever the modification or corrections they will do and test it. Then the system owner or admin, they can move that changes or whatever the modification move to production.
So you mean to say there is a production slot and there is a developer deployment slot. Any changes developer has to do in a deployment slot or non-production slot, and then admin we do a swap between non-production slot to the production slot. We never give a credential file or access rights to the production slot to anyone. We give a test environment called deployment slot, and once the deployment done in the deployment slot, look and feel everything is perfect. We do a swap between non-production slot to the production slot. Okay, so that's called the swap works. Next is in a production environment in the web app, we have a free, basic, standard, premium, lots of options we have in the web apps. Which one is the minimum option we always prefer in a prod environment? Less than that, we never use it. So we use
It's a
free, basic.
standard one.
Why standard? What are the benefits of the standard?
It's a SLA.
Only SLA?
SLA and
Scaling.
SLA, auto scaling, backup, SSL certificate, and authentication, integrate with Entra ID. Lots of benefits we have in the standard web app. What is the concept of Azure backup and the disaster recovery? In backup and disaster recovery world, what is the difference? Yes. What is the difference between backup and disaster recovery?
Complete backup and partial backup.
Okay. But still,
If the one region is failed, in the any disaster, we can back up the our data, or in a cluster, uh, sometimes backup drives may be fail, we can recover the same.
backup is a backup, right? Like a backup concept, and DR is like a disaster recovery. Like if my primary something is not working, the DR copy will turn up. So DR is a disaster recovery copy. If my entire region crash, something I want to run in a outside to the region as a DR. And backup is a backup of recovery of the VM. Suppose my machine crash, I restore my VM. So it's a backup. What is the difference between backup and snapshot? Yes. What is the
Snapshot
difference between
means if
backup and
we
snapshot?
can any patches or related to something we can do
No.
like changes. So
No.
before that we need to take a snapshot.
So when you do a big change on the VM, before that you take a
Yes,
snapshot and something
yes,
goes wrong and you can recover from the snapshot. Backup is like a regular backup, right? So
yes.
and snapshot is a recovery on a specific point of time. So, okay. So what is the use of Azure Monitor?
Azure Monitor will enable the monitoring the services like CPU, memory, network.
Hmm.
The
So what is
resource
the use
monitoring.
of action groups?
Action group will enable the notification,
Hmm.
to notify the concerned team.
To the monitoring alerts. Okay. It can be
Yes.
email, SMS, it can anything. Okay. So, what is a simple meaning of what is the purpose of network watcher? Can you name them? Some options, features which we can use in network watcher?
It is used for health check.
Okay. Anyone can what are the tools we have inside network watcher? We have topology, next hop, VPN diagnostic, energy effective rules, communication troubleshooting, next hop. All those are the tools inside network watcher. Okay. I want to deploy a SQL server in a Azure VM. What is the best practice? On which disk you like to preferred to deploy a SQL server on a Azure VMs? So which drive you prefer to install SQL Server on Azure VM? Yes.
For databases, we usually use solid state SSDs.
No, I'm not talking about type of the disk. I'm talking about which drive letter you prefer to install SQL. Suppose we have a Azure VM. Azure VM normally comes with which drive letter? C drive and D drive by default. So which drive letter or which drive you like to choose to
C
deploy a SQL or database server on the Azure VM? C drive you preferred or D you preferred or what?
software we install in C drives.
Okay.
D drive is a default terms reserved for Azure
Cache.
related.
Yes, for the caching. Yeah. So D
Yes,
drive we should not prefer. C we
yes.
try to avoid. So because database team normally ask us, put it in a different drive other than C drive, OS drive. So we put it in an E drive, something a different drive. Okay. Okay. So any question for me? Because I asked so many questions, whatever it comes in my mind. So and okay, and yes, any question for me?
Sir, I have one question.
Hmm.
Sir, if I have a 100 TB of local storage drive,
Hmm.
I want to auto backup set up auto backup, and
Hmm.
I have a blob storage of 100 TB.
Hmm.
So I want to daily uh, uh, particular time period
Hmm.
to take a auto backup. So how can we can do, sir?
And where is the disk?
The in mm, NetApp storage.
On-prem storage means
Yes,
not in
NAS.
the cloud. And
No,
you
yes,
want
sir. On the blob storage. I want to take a backup on the blob storage.
so you mean to say your disk is somewhere in on-prem, somewhere the
Yeah,
NetApp storage,
yes,
and you want to do the backup of this disk into the cloud.
yes. Daily 8 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Hmm.
Is the my target. So how can I do?
So storage. See, one way is I know that the disk you can upload into the storage one time, first time, upload into the
Okay.
storage,
Okay.
the disk, and this comes here, and then we can do the backup.
Okay.
But you said every day, right?
Yes.
So what is the storage name? NetApp.
Yes, sir.
So then you need to check is there is a way where can we integrate NetApp storage, because it's a replication, right? So replication in storage to storage is two types: synchronous, live, and asynchronous. Means it take little delay in the seconds, and then asynchronous, not as a live.
Okay.
So let's try to check. You got that first answer right, because one time you upload, then
Yeah.
everything you do it in the cloud.
Okay.
Okay,
This is the
but
practical condition, sir, that I am currently working.
no, I
So,
got it. I got it.
yeah.
But you don't need a one time. You said every day I
Yes.
need. So
Yeah,
now,
every day.
yeah.
Yes.
So now
And
integrate.
don't repeat the same data
Hmm.
daily basis.
Hmm.
So currently
So
we
we
have copying the data using AZ copy.
correct. That is what I told you. Upload is the GUI or AZ copy, either of the way. So daily you are copying, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Manually.
manually.
Yeah.
That is what, I also told you the same thing. We do upload. Upload is what? It's through a portal, storage explorer, or you use a command line utility called AZ copy. Both are almost same. It means my method and what you are doing is both are same. Okay.
Yes, sir. But I want to automate the same.
Yes, you need to automate. So now you need to see that you are a storage admin?
Yes, sir.
No. Yes. So you need to check whether there is some way we can connect NetApp to the Azure storage with the asynchronization or synchronization option. Asynchronization means, so when some changes happen here, it take 10 minutes here. So after 10 minutes, we do the backup automatically. Or synchronized means what changes happen regularly, it keep on updating in the storage. Just check from
Okay.
a vendor site
Okay.
that do we have any option? You see Azure NetApp files. You see, I'm not saying they are creating one NetApp account, and you just check that. I'm giving you idea.
Okay.
So that can we establish some sort of replication connectivity between a storage disk, storage, NetApp is what? It's a what do you call it? It's a logical unit number, one LUN, right? Storage always use LUN
Done.
numbers. So this LUN, can we do a something? It's possible or not? This you need to check from the NetApp perspective. So you see NetApp, you see create a volume, something, and in the volume you put a disk regularly, it keep on syncing. Just check that way.
Okay.
Means your target should be, can I do a sync copy between NetApp to the storage regularly, continuously? Simple.
Yes. Simple. There.
If it is supported, it's possible.
Okay.
Definitely, it depends upon the storage. And in
Mm.
my opinion, it's supported. So just check that.
Okay, sir.
Through SMB share, something is possible. So
Okay.
only you need to mount somewhere. So
I have mounted over the Linux server, Linux
correct. That is
machine
what I'm saying. You
because of some
this some
limitations.
no. In the storage you have a table, blob, queue, and file. So this you
Yes.
can mount somewhere in this file share.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yes.
you have a connectivity. This is your
hmm
storage disk. So this
Yes.
disk through a command as a storage admin, you somehow mount to the file share. Once it's mount,
Yes.
regularly it accessing 100%. Indirectly, you are accessing from file share to this. And this file share, there is a way to do the backup. So you are not
Yes.
taking directly, you're taking a backup
hmm
of file share. And file share is what? It's just a disk. Disk is somewhere here. So somehow it's
Yes.
possible. You need to just do little R&D on that. That's it. That is our job every day, right? You are a storage
Yes.
admin, you need to do little R&D on that. I've given
Yes,
a
sir.
hint up to 90%.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, any questions, guys?
I have one
I have
question.
I have one question.
Hmm.
Okay, we have a on-prem AD and we create a group policies and everything, right? So
Hmm.
there are few customers are saying they are fully on cloud.
Hmm.
So in that case, if they move to Azure AD or Azure VM,
Hmm.
how they will manage the group policies over Azure join devices?
Okay. So so there is a concept called in the cloud Entra ID. So you need something as a controlling, and it's Entra ID. So you have AD, which is no more now, or going to be no more tomorrow. So you need something called Intune.
Okay.
So if you have Intune in AD, you export all the VM or policy in a XML format.
Hmm.
Sorry, let me show you. So one training I'm doing for my Denmark customer on Intune. So that instance I am just using to show you that option. So for now, the WS1 SVR3 where I have Intune console. So we have done in this class almost everything, Intune compliance, you see, application deployments. We have done everything, scenarios, you see, application deployments. So what you are saying that group
The group
policy, okay,
policies we
group
can,
policy,
yeah,
okay, yeah. So now
export the
example,
XML
yeah.
file.
So now I have a group policy. Group policy. This is a hybrid environment right now. So group policy, say group policy objects. So there is a policy called this policy. I'll export this, right click, save report as a XML, put it on a desktop. So now one time you do before you crash the server, which you don't need AD. So now in the Intune, go to devices and go to uh, group policy analytics. So you need to import the group policy. So once it's imported XML, it show you how much is capable to support in the Intune, which thing possible, which are the policy not possible, and you can migrate. So
Okay.
everything except a few things which not highlighted, it's not possible in the cloud. And then you see directly you deploy policy, let it similar to group policy like a migrate. So automatically deploy all the policies, which devices, all devices. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, good. Any other question?
Uh, hey, hi Kumar, Ajay this side.
Yes.
So again, sorry, I'm a learner and still
No
learning
problem.
the basic things. So I'm just curious to know: is
Hmm.
vWAN technology in Azure is replacing the MPLS today?
Which one?
Yeah, virtual WAN.
Hmm.
Is it replacing the MPLS in today's in today's life or technology?
Uh, see, let me save this first, and save this. You're from an on-prem network, CCNA, CCNP background, right?
Yes.
Okay. So see, virtual WAN. So Azure training AZ 700. Okay, sorry. NW AZ 700, we do virtual WAN. Go to the diagrams. So the virtual WAN.
Can I answer this question? If I'm wrong, please correct me. Okay.
No problem. No problem. Yes. So
See, NPLS is completely different technology.
correct. That is what I'm saying. So he's saying MPLS. You continue. Sorry, MPLS is replacing to virtual WAN, right? Virtual
Mm.
WAN.
MPLS is neither layer 3 technology nor layer 2. It's layer 2.5 level technology. And VLAN is completely different.
Yes. So both are
So,
different.
mm,
Yes.
so
Virtual WAN is like a
no
hub and
one can
spoke.
replace anyone.
No one can replace anyone. So it virtual WAN is a hub and spoke. You know what is hub and spoke? Multiple site-to-site connectivity happening from this to this, one to one, two to two, three to three, and all have a routing, you know, because traffic land into the hub, hub talk to the spoke, and each spoke can talk each other by default because of virtual WAN. That is your virtual WAN, hub and spoke. And what is MPLS? Express route is your MPLS. So express route is your MPLS. So both are not touching each other at any cost. It's they have some relationship, but both are different. So it means they are not overriding anyone. MPLS connectivity, secure connectivity between on-prem to Azure with the help of ISP provider, MPLS, private channel. Okay.
So I have one question, sir.
Mm,
So like I'm also from the networking background, not
no problem.
cloud background. So interviewer is not going to ask me, these multiple questions. So just can you just tell me like basic 2, 3 questions so that I could prepare for the interview?
Related to
Red Cloud, Azure.
who
Like
said who said interviewer will not ask you, or they say ask you only three questions. So
not
length.
I'm saying that no one gonna ask me like 10, 15 questions on SC 900 or 104. They're gonna only check my basic understanding about the cloud concept.
And that is what I'm asking. Who said to you?
It's my understanding. I don't know. You tell me. You have a lot of experience. You have so many
I
certifications.
don't
Then
think
you
so.
should tell me.
Maybe I'm wrong in some extent. Let's this question, let's other will answer it, you know. Let's okay, then we'll see what others can answer. Yes, my dear, anyone volunteer? So his question is very simple, you know. He said in an interview, 104, 500 or 700 security network, any interview, they ask you just simple 3 to 5 question and that's all, and finish. That is his uh, logical understanding. Name is Akash. Okay. And I
If
am
you
not, 1 minute,
personally,
1 minute, 1 minute, please. And 1 minute, 1 minute. And what is my understanding is, and anyone can say, no, I am agree with Akash. I have no problem. So don't worry. I am very flexible, good person. If you say no, I will accept, but I need your input. So now example, your name is Akash. You are a CCN, CCNP guy. Okay. You are a CCNP, right? Palo Alto,
yes,
Juniper, firewall expert, right?
optical as well.
Yes, whatever.
Hmm.
Now, in reality, this will be a NOC team, network team on-prem. This is Azure team. So I do everything in Azure. I'm not expert in NOC. You are expert in that, definitely. But
Yeah,
it does
very
not mean, 1 minute, it does not mean when you come into the clouds, we are going to ask you 5 questions. No, we are going to ask you almost everything. That is my opinion, and I'll answer my point. My name Kumar, and my understanding say I'll ask you at least 50 plus questions minimum. Okay, let's others will comment on that because then we'll take a call. Yes, anyone comment? If you go for an interview, they ask you a 3, 4, 5 questions, or they ask you huge list of questions. Tell me, anyone? Any
Yeah,
comment
here
other than Vikas?
here the factor is if he's going as a fresher or experience. If he's a
Okay, yes,
fresher,
that's a factor. Akash, tell me,
yeah,
what's your experience? Tell me.
So I am saying that nowadays company are looking for the person who is having exposure of multiple domains like
Correct,
networking,
correct,
cloud, AI. So
correct.
I also have AI certification, also have networking certification as well as optical certification. So no one asked me ever more than 2-3 questions on the cloud as per my experience. So that's why
Correct. That is what I'm saying. Your experience is total how many years of experience? 10, 20, 30,
almost 8 years.
8 years. Okay. So let's other will answer, right? So your thought process is different. I put my answer, my thought process is different.
Completely agree what you're saying.
So let's other will answer, na? It's okay. Yes, anyone? If it is 8 years,
Yeah,
they are going to ask you
if
four
you're an
question.
experienced guy, yeah, if you're an experienced guy, definitely, they will ask you the question about the concepts, how it's working,
Hmm.
and more questions over the real time scenario.
Not even real time also, but at least this, but here
Yeah,
the question is
yeah,
not
definitely
real
they will
time.
ask
Here the question
the concept. Yeah,
is it 5 is enough or 50 is
no,
enough?
no, no, no,
5 is not enough,
no,
right?
no way.
Okay. Okay. Any other input? One more input, please. Yes, one more input, please. Guys, it's not a technical question, right? It's just a basic question. If you go for interview, 8 years experience, they will ask you 5 questions or they will ask you at least 10, 20, 30, 40 questions. Simple answer. Tell me. Tell
Many
me.
many questions.
Many
we,
questions.
we cannot define the number of question. You keep on answering the questions, they will
Yes, it
just,
keep on increasing.
yeah, keep
Okay,
on
yes,
going with
that's the
it.
best answer I expect from at least one person, and you are that right person. I'll tell you my experience because I can't comment with other person, but I'll comment with at least my experience. I was attending an interview, and I think in Franklin, I told this to in the class some time back. I was in Pune that time, even year also I can tell you. So 2008 to 11, I was with SCL, and 11 I traveled to the Pune. 11 October. So 2011 October till 31st December. Everyone doing the new year. Uh, uh, sorry, Pune. Yeah, October. Sorry, October to October. Sorry, 1 year I was there. So it's 2011 October to October. And somewhere in between 2011 to 2012 October, maybe after 5 years, 6 months, something in that particular month, I attended one interview. Old story. Can anyone do a guess how long that interview continued? Franklin, you don't answer if I already explained this situation in the class, so don't answer that. Other people, can you do a guess? Especially who said Akash, I think, yeah, you answer. And I'll tell you when interview starts. It starts 7:30 p.m. I visited to one place somewhere after office, 10 minutes. And then as soon as I enter around 7 o'clock, they said, okay, we will start 7:30. So any guess how long it will continue?
So do you want straightforward answer or you want some
Simple
manipulative answer?
answer. How long in number of hours? Simple.
3 hours.
Maximum it to go for 45 minutes. It's
45
irrelevant.
minutes.
Yeah,
No,
maximum.
sir.
It's
Okay.
irrelevant for me.
Okay.
Anyone
Two
discussing
to
more
three
than
hours, sir.
45 minutes. It's completely irrelevant. It
This is
doesn't
the
make any
answer.
sense.
7 a.m.
God.
Okay. 7 a.m., my dear. And it's a Wipro. And they 7 o'clock. I come from the shift, I told you 7 o'clock. They said 7:30 will start. I said, okay, no problem. I told to my wife, I'll attend this one interview 1 hour, 2 hours, and then we'll take a lunch around 9 o'clock, maximum 9:30 together.
For
Just wait
what
for me.
position?
1 minute, 1 minute. Just wait for me because I also expect 2 hours, right? That's what I told to my wife 9:30. Even uh, my kid's age is 6 months only that time. So, and you know what they did? 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever, one skill, half an hour break, another skill, half an hour break, another skill, and last it ended 7 a.m. So whatever they have in the resume, example, Active Directory, Azure, Intune, whatever, I don't know. But whatever they have for each skill, they spend 2 hours. Exactly. It can be 8 o'clock in the morning, but it never less than 7 a.m. I'm not saying 12 hours they are asking. I'm saying every skill, 2 hours, 1.5 hours as soon as they closed, and then 30 minutes break. Can you imagine? So that is one of the worst interview I have because I was expecting to take a dinner around 9:30, which was not happened. Uh, you know, so definitely in the break time I have taken. Family already slept, so it depends. So, but my simple answer is 3 to 5 question never works. Simple as that. So, okay. Any other question?
Hey Kumar, very good interview sessions you took today. Thank you so much for all your efforts. Uh, we will get all those questions which you have asked, or it was just
So
questions you have
it's
asked.
see, interviewer are two types: good interviewer or bad interviewer.
Mhm.
In reality, who is a good interviewer? Who actually know the stuff, and then they ask you. Who is a bad interviewer? Bad interviewer can be a two types: who know the stuff, and he asks only those questions which he actually don't know. You understand? Yes, you understand that point?
Um,
No.
no.
Okay, let me clarify. Because I've done all this, so I know who is a good interview guy, who is a bad guy. Okay, once again, very simple. The good interview person and the bad interview person. Who is a good interview? Who actually know the stuff. I'm taking a AD interview. I know the stuff. So I'm asking what I know, what is exactly correct, and then I judge you. That's a good interview person. The second person would know the stuff. So I'm saying he know the stuff. I'm not saying he don't know. He know the stuff, but he asks only those questions which he itself or by himself he don't know. Example, if you don't know something, the same question he asked in the interview. Yes or no?
Yes.
You have not seen that. I have seen that. For me, this is a bad person. Logically, he know the stuff, but he asks only those questions which he itself don't know. So how he can judge whether I am right or wrong? For me, it's one of the bad interview. But this is something we can call as okay guy. Because at least he's asking the relevant thing, although he don't know. No problem. He expect me to answer. For me, it's okay. Logically bad, but okay. The real bad guy who don't know the stuff and still he come for the interview, maybe a chat GPT question or maybe something else, whatever. I don't know, but he don't know the actual. So he's totally a worst bad guy. So it depends who is taking your interview. So real good guy or okay guy and fully bad guy. If it is fully bad guy, no luck. If it is a real good guy, it's a good. If it is a 50-50, it's a 50-50. It depends. So you answer correctly also, but he don't know. So depend upon how he understands. So, okay. So now answer to your point. When the person is a good, he never uh, read it from anywhere. He randomly asks. So, and whether you notice or not notice, I'll open live in front of you. Uh, NW, where is NW? I ask you all the questions based on my schedule sheet, and Franklin can answer me yes or no, because based on the flow only, I keep on asking. You see, MFA, you see, best practices, secure VM. So based on the topic, I just created some questions relevant to the topic. So it's all comes as a random. So nothing documented. Okay, next question. Yes, next question, please.
Kumar, I have one more question. How
Hmm.
AI is going to affect the cloud engineer or cloud security engineers?
Nobody can predict this thing as of now, and but one thing uh, can be predicted. If somewhere is a less, the next way somewhere will be the more. So that plus minus with the skill always keep going on last many years. Somebody say when Hyper-V virtualization comes in 2008, VMware comes 2008, everything gone, it's not gone. Then cloud comes, it will be gone, it will not gone. Security, it will gone, it will not gone. So plus minus always be there. Some may be reduction here, some be more there, plus minus always. So that's a requirement for IT. Keep growing, keep learning. So we cannot say it's 100% gone. It will not happen, in my opinion. Let's we'll see. If it has happened, it happened for me also, for you also, then it's okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Kumar.
Chances are less, I can say. But yes, if we are not learning, then I think chances will be more. So example in my case, the 2004 was my first job, 6,000 rupees salary in Delhi. I'm basically from Delhi, and AD is my skill, very basic, level one initially. So if I am not using Exchange, Hyper-V, then move to the cloud, definitely, that's a demand of learning. You also done CCNA, CCNP, CCIE. So it's the same way. Learning always required.
Yeah. Thanks, Kumar. Kumar, in our networking, we have courses like automating things now, adding new features in the coming course for the Cisco and many networking things. So, do we have in Azure something like automating inside the cloud concept or something?
Like example, like a infrastructure as a code or something. Uh,
Yes, yes.
So so they have what they call DevOps and automation, this thing. So they have. So I am into core infrastructure solutioning. I implementing recently in tune to the one Saudi refinery, which is happening a attack yesterday. So last 3 months I was working with them.
Mhm.
So so in my I'll do the complete infrastructure, in tune, security, all those stuff. Automation definitely they have one or two courses, IAC code and all. So they have.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Kumar.
Anything else?
I have one last question. Like
Hmm,
initially there was basic networking, routing, and switching. Now it's a cloud-based technology. What is the next
correct.
generation technology coming?
There is a
What is the next generation? Like which technology will be coming after cloud technology?
cloud AI is there now, So
No,
from
this is currently na AI and cloud is currently
the
going on.
network perspective, it should be this will be there. Nothing, like
Okay.
as of now, there is a no change because this will be continue running next 10 years, I can say, at least some years. If something comes up,
Mhm.
it comes for everyone, right? Nothing as
Yes.
such. So AI is a different skill. Definitely, it's not part of the network. So
Mhm. Okay.
so
Thank you.
and I trained recently a company Orange 1 year back, sorry, and Gurgaon, DLF somewhere, Orange. All are CCI guys, 15, 20, 25 years. You see, and I don't know Cisco at all.
Mhm.
I told them there are six trainers left the class. They have
Mhm.
rejected those six trainers. I was the sixth or seventh one, and I entered in the class and I said, I don't know Cisco. You are the genius guys, CCI guys. I'm not teaching you CCNA or something. I don't know. Even I don't know myself, but I train them everything in Azure.
No, both are the same. It's just we work on physically.
Correct. No, I'm
Network.
saying, I'm just saying. So you understand, right? Left side is your knock team. They are experts. I come for the class for the Azure and I explain them everything. They bring their own router in the class. We done everything. The only thing is we have to be differentiate little bit. They are expert in on-prem. I'm expert in the cloud, in the network. Example. So it's mutually in a real time also. It's a team A work together with a team B. One person cannot do everything. So it's simple.
Yes, yes.
So
Collective effort, correct.
so in enterprise, one person never work together, never work alone. So and successfully are done. They are very happy. Training time was 9 to 6. We always end with 11 p.m. who enter in the corporate network 11 p.m. and attending a class. We have done that. So we done everything. Everyone is happy. So it's depend how you deal and how you explain. Very simple, you know. And I started with the class itself. I don't know Cisco at all, but I am here for the Azure, and I will give you everything in Azure. Let's start. That's it. So, you know,
Yes.
definitely we cannot teach CCI
Mm.
guys as a Cisco, right? They are already expert. So,
Cisco is only device. It is
no,
not.
example, I'm talking about routing, maybe a switching, and maybe a security on the network, whatever, you know. So they are multiple people, right? The routing experts, switching expert, your data centers, CCI people are there. So depend. So I'm just giving example.
Yes, yes, got it.
So, and no one is less than 20 years experience and less than CCNP in the class. So, and that is one of the ISP provider in the Azure, in the UK, in the Europe, Orange. So,
Okay.
so yes, any other question?
Hey Kumar, last one more question.
No
So,
problem.
yeah, Azure looks very interesting, and I feel like learning more and more. So, after Azure, I can see everywhere everyone is saying that AWS is in boom. AWS is number one. So, how different it is from AWS and GCP, the cloud?
See, good means you need a 40, 50 lakh salary, right? Example as a target. So Azure also will give you, you need a 40, 50 lakh salary. AWS also will give you. So both are equally good. It depends which one you like it, which one you don't like it. It's all up to you. I I know Azure. I don't know AWS. From a market cap perspective, answer will be AWS is the number one, Azure is the number two, Google Cloud is the number three. From a personal growth perspective, I can say both will give you a equivalent growth perspective. I don't think so. There is a challenge example. And and if you choose both, then you are the best person in India because there are less people who know both. And I also don't know both overall. I know only the comparison, not much. And one more point, if you know one, second will be more easy for you. So it means if I try, I can say in a 1 month or less than that, I think I can make an expert in AWS, most probably, because if one cloud you know, second will be more easy for you. Real example, I have taken one interview also again, once again. It's after Bangalore, Pune to Bangalore. It was 200 people in AWS in Bangalore, and that time I cracked the interview, and I don't know AWS that time. I face all the interview question based on Azure only. And last line I said, this is based on Azure. Which service you need to use in AWS, I don't know. Still, he cleared the interview and given a option. 3 months, please just learn AWS. That's it. So, although I have not joined there that time, so because Microsoft is my skill, not AWS. So, but this clearly says if one cloud you know, second will be more easy for you.
Okay, got. Thanks, Kumar. Then Kumar. So about the certifications, if how means what is the role of certification here? Currently, to be very frank, I see the certification and the question. What we say, the learning dumps are easily available on internet, and you can
Hmm.
clear any certifications very easily. So
Okay.
yeah, what role the certification plays in the current market means if we are having a Azure certificate or if we are having a depth good knowledge of Azure.
Knowledge plus certification both are required.
Okay, got. Yeah, thanks, Kumar.
I have
Thanks,
done 35 exams so far,
very
and
nice.
let me show you. So so official mm, date modified. So add achievement codes. So example, So Yahoo. So example. Okay, here, my profile. Generate the link. Copy the link. So you see, so this is a public link. So I am certified trainer from 2007 onwards, valid till 2026. And where is that option? One second. Okay, dot this and go to profile. Okay, I don't know, but yes, let's try here. I got this learn.microsoft. So if I see learn.microsoft and using my Yahoo account, which is like old account, so it says my profile and achievements or transcript, sorry. Now you see 35 exams. So can you see?
Yes.
So I also follow the same. When I know the stuff, then only I can try for the exam.
Okay. Kumar,
And
can we
and
skip?
and
Yeah.
before try, I also spend 15 days for uh, revision
Okay.
because end of the day we need to pass the exam, right? So you know the stuff, you need a 115 days like a preparation time, basic, although you know the stuff, you give training also, but still exam pass is a very different story, right? Whatever you know, exam pass is a different game. So
Yes.
then, so I also take some time, before I do go for the exam. So, but normally I do.
Yeah. Kumar, can we skip the levels here? What I mean here is I don't want to do 104, but I want to do 700. So I go
So this is
directly?
not a sales class, first of all. This is a initiation done by company that
Mhm.
you take a one interview session for 104. So I've just taken that. So from the course perspective, this Gaurav backend team will answer. So,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so
but
much,
but
Kumar.
if you have any specific question, which one I should do, that I can answer, at least technical perspective. But
Okay.
like, tell me, what's your question?
Kumar, non-technical again. Okay.
Tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to skip the levels. Means I don't want to do 104, but I want to go for 700. Can I go
Okay.
directly for 700?
104 because you are not interested in the admin track. See, what
Mm,
happened if you're not interested, that is okay. But still, there are many components which is an admin track. You can do. I think you can do 700. If you are already network expert 104, you don't want. Yeah, I think you can do.
Thank
It's
you so
possible.
much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks for all your information. Yeah.
See, I'm not that sales guy. 104 also you have to do. 700 also you have to do. Nothing like that. So I just rethink for a second and then I feel it's possible. So, and then I've given simple answer. 700 is possible.
Thanks, Kumar.
That's the difference between salespeople and technical people, right? So, correct? Salespeople will say, no, it's not possible. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
100% correct, sir.
So that's all for today, I think. we spent 2 hours time today. I think you enjoy this rapid round questions with interview point of view, some personal thought process.
Sir, are you on LinkedIn?
Which one? I am on LinkedIn. Yes, I am on LinkedIn. Yes, why not?
Can you just show us your profile name?
So this recording will go outside India. So, and company said, now you need to search yourself and then you can do, because recording is going on live, and I cannot stop. So
Okay, no problem.
yeah, that's this company policy, right? But I given my all the name details so you can search.
So your name is on LinkedIn as
Yes, everything is there.
Vikas Kumar, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
So now, guys, any question? No questions?
no, thank
So
you
then,
for this wonderful session.
thank you. We'll see you. Thank you. Bye.